What's up, guys? Today I will tell about cents coin of Canada. The Canadian cent coin, commonly referred to as a dime, is a small yet significant piece of currency. Below, I provide a detailed description of its design, historical significance, and current value. Design details. The Canadian 10-cent coin, also known as the dime, is renowned for its iconic design and compact size. The 2014 edition retains the classic elements that have made it instantly recognizable. Obverse front. Portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse features an effigy of Queen Elizabeth II designed by artist Susanna Blunt. This portrait, introduced in 2003, presents the Queen in a more modern and approachable light. Unlike earlier renditions, this version omits the crown, symbolizing her role as a people-oriented monarch. Inscription. Surrounding the portrait is the text Elizabeth II and Gregina, which stands for De Gratia Regina, Latin for By the Grace of God, Queen. Reverse back. The Bluenose schooner. The reverse features an engraving of the Bluenose, a famous Canadian schooner, designed by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937. The Bluenose is a celebrated symbol of Canadian maritime history, representing speed, skill, and determination. It earned its fame as a racing and fishing vessel, dominating the international fishermen's trophy races in the 1920s and 1930s. Inscription. The words Canadata and the year 2014 are engraved above the schooner. The denomination 10 cents is inscribed below. Material and size. Composition. The 2014 dime is made of steel, plated with layers of nickel and a final coating of multiply plated chromium. This composition ensures durability and resistance to wear. Weight and diameter. It has a diameter of 18.03 millimeters and weighs 1.75 grams, making it one of the smallest coins in circulation. Historical and cultural significance. The 10-cent coin holds a special place in Canada's history and culture due to its design and symbolism. The Bluenose. The Bluenose schooner, depicted on the reverse, is a proud emblem of Canada's maritime heritage. Built in Nova Scotia in 1921, it earned the nickname Queen of the North Atlantic for its unparalleled performance in both fishing and racing. The inclusion of the Bluenose on the dime since 1937 reflects Canada's deep connection to the sea and the importance of the fishing industry in its history. Queen Elizabeth II. As the longest reigning monarch at the time of the coin's minting, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait signifies Canada's constitutional monarchy and its ties to the British Commonwealth. Value in 2025. The value of a 2014 Canadian 10-cent coin depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and whether it has any errors or special features. Generally, these coins are worth their face value in everyday transactions, but may hold additional value to collectors under certain conditions. Circulated coins. Coins in circulated condition are typically worth 10 cents. They are common and hold no significant numismatic value. Uncirculated coins. Uncirculated or mint condition coins can be valued slightly higher, typically between 50 cents and $1, depending on demand. Special features. Coins with mint errors, e.g. double dies, off-center strikes, can fetch higher prices, ranging from a few dollars to hundreds, depending on the error's rarity and appeal. Collector sets. Dimes from collector sets, proof sets, or commemorative issues may carry additional premiums. Such coins are often in pristine condition with a mirror-like finish. Interesting facts. 1. Small size. The Canadian dime is the smallest and lightest coin in Canada's currency system, making it easy to identify despite its tiny dimensions. 2. Durability. The multiply plated steel composition, introduced in 2000s, has extended the coin's lifespan, making it more cost-effective for the Royal Canadian Mint to produce. 3. Legacy of the Bluenose. The Bluenose schooner remains so iconic that it has also appeared on Canadian stamps and inspired numerous artworks. Conclusion. The 2014 Canadian 10-cent coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a reflection of Canada's rich maritime history, the enduring legacy of the Bluenose, and the nation's ties to the monarchy. While its face value is minimal, its design and symbolism make it a cherished item among collectors and a small yet proud representation of Canadian heritage. The Canadian 10-cent coin, often referred to as the dime, is a fascinating piece of Canadian numismatic history. The 2014 version of this coin is no exception, representing a blend of tradition, artistry, and the enduring heritage of the nation. This article delves into the history of the Canadian dime, the design features of the 2014 coin, and its significance in Canadian culture and economy. The origin of the Canadian dime. The Canadian 10-cent coin has its roots in the early days of Confederation. Canada's first coins were minted in 1858, a decade before Confederation in 1867. The dime, or 10-cent coin, was part of this initial coinage. Its value, tied to the decimal system, mirrored the influence of the American monetary system while retaining a strong connection to British traditions. Initially, the dime was struck in sterling silver, reflecting the colonial ties to Britain. Over the years, as the economy evolved and the cost of precious metals fluctuated, the composition of the coin changed. By the mid-20th century, silver was gradually phased out, and modern dimes are now made of nickel and steel with a thin layer of nickel or copper plating. Design and symbolism. One of the most iconic features of the Canadian dime is its design, which has remained remarkably consistent over the years. The reverse side of the coin has featured the image of the Bluenose, a famous Canadian schooner, since 1937. Designed by artist Emmanuel Hahn, the Bluenose is a symbol of Canadian maritime heritage and the province of Nova Scotia. It celebrates Canada's nautical history and the spirit of competition, as the Bluenose was a legendary racing schooner that dominated international races during the early 20th century. The obverse side of the coin traditionally features the reigning monarch of Canada. For the 2014 dime, this is the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. Introduced in 2003, Blunt's portrayal of the Queen marked a departure from earlier designs, presenting a more modern and approachable image of the monarch without a crown. Material composition of the 2014 dime. The 2014 Canadian dime is composed of steel with a plating of nickel, reflecting the Royal Canadian Mint's commitment to cost efficiency and sustainability. This change from earlier silver and nickel compositions aligns with global trends in coin production, driven by the rising costs of precious metals. The coin has a diameter of 18.03 millimeters, a thickness of 1.2 millimeters, and a weight of 1.75 grams. Its small size and lightweight make it one of the most distinct coins in Canadian currency. The reeded edge of the dime is another hallmark feature, adding both aesthetic appeal and practicality by making it easy to distinguish from other coins. The 2014 minting process. The Royal Canadian Mint, headquartered in Ottawa, is renowned for its innovative minting techniques and commitment to quality. The 2014 Canadian dime was minted using advanced processes that ensure durability, precision, and aesthetic appeal. The mint employs state-of-the-art technology to strike coins with intricate designs and consistent quality. Each coin undergoes a rigorous quality control process to ensure it meets the high standards of the Royal Canadian Mint. This attention to detail ensures that every dime, whether destined for circulation or collectors, embodies the craftsmanship and pride of Canadian currency. Economic role of the Canadian dime. The dime plays a crucial role in the Canadian economy, facilitating everyday transactions and serving as a key component of the country's monetary system. Despite its small size and low nominal value, the dime represents an essential unit of exchange in Canadian commerce. The 2014 dime, like its predecessors, is used in countless daily transactions, from purchasing goods and services to providing change. Its ubiquity underscores its importance in the economic life of Canadians. Moreover, the production of dimes and other coins generates significant revenue for the Royal Canadian Mint, which operates as a profitable crown corporation. Cultural and collectible value. The Canadian dime is more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of national pride and cultural identity. The Bluenose schooner, prominently featured on the coin, is an enduring emblem of Canadian resilience and ingenuity. For many Canadians, the dime is a reminder of the country's maritime heritage and the importance of the sea in shaping Canada's history and economy. The 2014 dime also holds value for numismatists and coin collectors. While it is not a rare coin, its pristine condition or unique minting errors can make it a sought-after addition to a collection. Special editions or proof sets issued by the Royal Canadian Mint further enhance its appeal to collectors. Significance of the 2014 edition. The 2014 Canadian dime is part of a long-standing tradition of excellence in coin production. While it does not mark a specific milestone or anniversary, it represents the continuity of Canadian coinage and the enduring legacy of the designs that define the nation's currency. The 2014 dime also serves as a testament to the modernity and efficiency of the Royal Canadian Mint. Its production reflects the Mint's ability to balance tradition with innovation, producing coins that are both functional and beautiful. Conclusion. The 2014 Canadian 10-cent coin is a small yet significant piece of Canada's numismatic history. From its iconic blue nose design to its efficient production and economic utility, the dime embodies the values and heritage of Canada. Whether used in daily transactions or cherished by collectors, the 2014 dime continues the legacy of a coin that has been a part of Canadian life for over 150 years. In Canada, a dime is a coin worth 10 cents. It has been the physically smallest Canadian coin since 1922. It is smaller even than the country's penny, despite its higher face value. According to the Royal Canadian Mint, the official national term of the coin is the 10-cent piece, but in practice, the term dime predominates in English-speaking Canada. It is nearly identical in size to the American dime. Unlike its American counterpart, the Canadian dime is magnetic due to a distinct metal composition. From 1968 to 2000s, it was composed entirely of nickel, and since 2001, it has consisted of a steel core with plating composed of layers of nickel and copper. The most prevalent version of the coin features a portrait of Elizabeth II on the obverse, although a new version featuring Charles III was introduced in 2023. The reverse contains a representation of the Blue Nose, a famous Canadian schooner. According to the Royal Canadian Mint, artist Emmanuel Hahn developed his design for the 10-cent coin from photos of the famous Blue Nose schooner. The coin is produced by the Royal Canadian Mint at its facility in Winnipeg. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tithe or tenth part, from the Latin decima pars. The 2014 Canadian 10-cent coin, commonly known as the dime, has been noted to exhibit several minting errors and varieties that are of interest to collectors. These anomalies can enhance the coin's value, especially when in uncirculated or mint state conditions. Notable errors for this coin include die chips, a die chip within the numeral 4 feet of the date 2014, a die chip on the Royal Canadian Mint mark, a die chip on the letter I in Elizabeth, a filled 4 feet in the date 2014. Die cracks, a die crack located beneath the Queen's chin. Die damage, damage observed to the left of the schooner Blue Nose design. Other anomalies, a spike above the letter Z in Elizabeth, a dot situated between the Queen's lips. These errors are cataloged and discussed within the numismatic community, with detailed images and descriptions available on specialized websites. The value of a 2014 Canadian dime varies based on its condition and the presence of such errors. In general, uncirculated coins without errors may range from approximately 50 cents to $48.50 CAD, depending on their mint state grade. Coins exhibiting unique errors or varieties can command higher prices among collectors, though specific valuations depend on the rarity and desirability of the particular error. For collectors interested in acquiring or selling these coins, platforms like eBay list various 2014 Canadian dimes, including those with noted errors. Prices and availability can vary, so it's advisable to consult multiple sources and consider professional grading for accurate valuation. In summary, the 2014 Canadian 10-cent coin presents several errors and varieties that intrigue collectors. The value of these coins is influenced by their condition, the specific error type, and collector interest.